Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Rome rally. I've missed you guys the last, I guess it was last week we took off for Mother's Day. It was very weird not being with you guys. I've missed these, so ready to get on. If you're here, make sure you comment on the Facebook status that I know you're here so you get credit for Consistency Club. So as you get on, make sure you comment below so I know you guys are here. Hi, well, we have a lot of people on so far. Hi, Mickey. Hi, Micah. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Summer. Hi, Mom. Hi, Callie. Hi, Jessica. Jessica B. Bollinger. Hello, everyone. As you're getting on here, comment below on the Facebook status so I know you guys are here. Hi, Darla. Hi, Karen Stone. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Callie. Hello, everybody. Keep comment below so I know you're here. While we're getting everybody on, let's do just a few announcements so you guys know what's coming up. This week at meeting, if you're here local to me, we are doing a pizza and possibilities. It'll be a little different than normal meeting. What we will do is I will share the marketing. And so it's just going to be like talking about how to have your own Mary Kay business, my story, letting them ask questions, and we will do dinner. And we will not do makeovers. If you have people you want to make over, you need to like show up like an hour before and make them over in the other room. So that's coming up this Tuesday. Let me know if you have people coming. We have like a ton of guests booked for this. It's going to be awesome. I do personally too, so I'm really excited about that. So keep commenting below as you get on here. So that's coming up this week. Yay. And so there's Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. So, a couple of other things I wanted to share with you guys, just some upcoming events that you probably want to know about, is that this month when you do finish your STAR early, you get to come to my house. I'm going to throw a private paint party for you guys, where someone's going to come and teach you how to paint a picture. And hi, Christina. Christina joined us. And so what's going to happen is everybody finishes their STAR early. So far we have Stephanie Grimes, Katie Sexton, and myself who have finished our STARs early. Chelsea is the next closest one. She's like 171 away. Mickey is like just a couple $100 away. Those girls are close. Christina Evans is about 400 away. We have a lot of girls who are getting close. So just make sure you're tracking that so that way you don't miss that. As you get here, keep commenting below with that you're here, and with your counts if you want to be included for the prizes tonight. It's awesome. We're getting lots of people on here. So what I want to share with you guys, some other announcements, is that there's going to be some really fun things happening in June as we finish up this race to the finish. On our Rome rallies, the first Sunday night in June and the last Sunday night in June, we will have guest national sales directors on here. The first Sunday night will be National Sales Director Terry Schaefer from San Antonio, Texas. The last Sunday night of the month will be National Sales Director Kate DeBlander from Pensacola Beach, Florida. And so that'll be really exciting. And it's a big honor that these women are willing to spend time helping us finish up our goals. You guys, Kate's daughter is finishing up her national area this year, and so she has plenty to be working on, having a new Offspring National. And Terry has lots of DIQs right now, lots of new directors debuting, so she has plenty of her own stuff too to be working on. I want you guys to know people really do believe in us. When Krista Warner was here last week, we ended up talking for a few minutes after the call, just on the phone, me and her, and she said, Reba, I want you to know how realistic this really is. And I said, well, sometimes we doubt. I mean, I've told some of you guys the numbers and you're like, we have to do what? Like the most we've ever done in a month is 26,000. We need to do 60,000 this month and 60,000 next month. We need to do like 120,000 before this is over. And she said, Reba, I have known people who have done 80,000 wholesale to finish this in the last 8 hours of the day. You guys have plenty of time. You can do this. And so it's really given me renewed hope having her on here a few weeks ago and just spending more time helping get girls into DIQ, working on my own personal business. So I want you guys to know that I love having these announcements here. They inspire me as much as they inspire you. And so, oh, we have Carla and Karen Stone here. Yay, we have more girls getting on. So anyways, I just want to share that with you guys about the upcoming nationals. We have a couple of events too that I want you to know about. One of them is that the first Tuesday night in June, June 7th, is actually my birthday. And so instead of a regular meeting here at my house, we're going to do a beauty bar birthday bash night. And for those of you who came at Christmas time to our sweet shop, you know exactly what this is. Well, a beauty bar setup, I will need red jackets to help run these. Yay, we have Tammy Tucker on here. Welcome, Tammy. I love this. And so we will have one at my house. I want red jackets to come help run it. You guys can bring guests. It's a great chance to bring people who aren't into the normal Mary Kay experience. They just walk from beauty bar to beauty bar, trying on stuff at their own speed. We do lots of giveaways. We're going to have birthday cake, and we have music, and there's tons of recognition. So I want everybody to be here. It's a night for us to come together as a unit the beginning of June to really rally around this finish for June 30th. The other couple of things I want to share with you about is I think it's Monday night, June 13th. National Sales Director Tammy Craig is actually going to be in the Oklahoma City area. And shout out to one of our rock stars, Candace Carper. She's opening a new wedding venue, and Candace is allowing the city to come at a very awesome rate to her new wedding venue, which means this is going to be cheaper than our normal events with the star, with a National Sales Director. And so it's only going to be $10 if you register before June 6th. It's $15 if you register after that. And you guys, Tammy, like, bring everybody with you who you think is on the fence about starting their own business. Candace, the one we're going to this wedding venue she's opening, she actually signed up at an event like this 3 years ago when Tammy was in town. And it was really fun. Tammy spoke, inspired everybody, and then she kissed all the new agreements of the new beauty consultants that night with bright red lipstick. And so Candace's agreement is forever kissed, her paper agreement. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys so you could be remembering that if you're going to go, you need to register before June 6th for $10. You can just give it to me. Other thing I want to tell you about is if you are a red jacket by June 1st, we have been invited to Krista Warner's home, the guest speaker from last week. And you guys, she's doing something just so fun. Like, if you're a red jacket, you need to be there. We have 8 red jackets at the moment, and my goal is to take 10 with me to her house. And so I'm looking for new reds, whoever wants to be a red. So I think that's kind of our main announcements for tonight. Oh, other announcements is that tonight before midnight is the last chance to order the stuff that is being discontinued. Even complexion essence, dark spot reducer, concealers, highlighting pens, dirty perfume. If you want those things before they're gone, if you have customers who love them, excuse me, you need to order them tonight. Also, I do believe you can go ahead and everyone can order the new products now. Even if you didn't do PCP, I think it is now officially open. It's probably on the left, a little tab that says early ordering. After midnight, it'll transition over into the new and limited edition tab up top. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, so it looks like our Queen of Sales. Sorry, y'all, I have a horrible cough. I think our Queen of Sales tonight, as I look through everybody, is going to be Chelsea. Yay, Chelsea! I'll give you a little gift in the mail. And then we had nobody for Queen of Sharing, but with all of our guests we have booked for our event next week, and I'm booked for a ton of interviews. I'm sure that will change next week. And then Queen of Leads, looks like Callie had 9 leads this week. Micah had 9 leads this week, and Stephanie had 9 leads. So let me write that down. You guys will all get a gift from me. And this is something I'm going to start doing every week. It's just adding in some extra recognition for various topics. So this leads thing was just for tonight. I did that, and so be paying attention to the post and my texts when I remind you guys if I get a chance to do that, so you know what else I'm rewarding every week. Okay. So now I'm going to teach with you guys tonight, and those of us who got to achieve the Dream Tank party at Tanya Krimke's house had just such a great time. And Tanya said something to me that I hadn't heard in a while, and it kind of jostled up something in my memory I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And so she talked about the Din Din Club. It used to be something Mary Kay talked about, Din Din, D-I-N-D-I-N, and what it stood for was do it now, do it now. And I was really thinking about that because there are so many times when honestly I just don't want to do something. And I'm sure you guys the same way. You just don't feel like it. just don't want to do it. And she said, Mary Kay would always say, do it now, be a part of the Din Din Club. And so I'm just gonna tell you guys some experiences in my business of things. I'm just gonna be transparent with you, things I really never feel like doing. That I do that are always rewarding, because I think there are a lot of things in this business that you think maybe something is wrong with you if you don't feel like doing it. That's okay. You know, you may not feel like doing it ever, but if it's something you're supposed to do, you do it. You know, when you show up to your job and you have a boss and he says, here's your list of things you're supposed to do, you're like, yeah, all but that one. I don't really feel like doing that one. It's not an option. And when you're in business for yourself, you have to treat this like you're the CEO of your own company. And so honestly, how are you going to make yourself do the things you need to do? All of them. Now you can get someone to help you in your office do the things you don't want to do. But they have to be done. They really do. Excuse me. And some of them really do need to be done by you. You know, we have to connect with our customers. So I'm going to tell you guys some of the things that I just didn't feel like doing, but I did it anyways. The Din Din Club, do it now, and how I'm feeling about them now, okay? So honestly, I posted earlier this week. I've traveled a lot the last few weeks, and when it came to this week, boy, I was in a funk. That's just what I'm going to say. In a funk. And I didn't feel like doing a whole lot. One of the things I've been doing for a while is I've been getting up, reading devotions and being dressed and ready to go walking by 8:30. And I talk to anybody who wants to join me from 8:30 to 9. This is a free invitation, just to share what we read in our devotionals and our positive time. And I walk and talk. I tell you guys, the first day, I didn't even get out of bed. I laid in bed and talked to them. And then went back to sleep. I thought, I just don't feel like getting up. I must just be tired from my trip. Second day, I got to the couch and talked. And then I went back to sleep for a second. And I thought, I just don't feel like getting up yet. I must still be unrested from my trip. And you guys saw the third day, I thought, I don't care if I don't feel like doing this. I have to do this. This is something I've committed to doing. You know what? I didn't feel like doing it the next couple of days. But after about the fifth day, my body got back in the habit again, and it felt great. It doesn't feel good every morning when waking up. I'm never a morning person, so I don't want you to think that. But you guys, there is times when we just don't feel like it, and we have to get up anyways, and we have to do it anyways. Those of you who are moms, I was talking to Micah about some different things this week. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like it or not. If your kid is sick, you have to take care of them. And you have to treat other things in your life like that. Don't put things off, So here's some things. I didn't feel like getting up, okay? But I did it, and it's getting easier, okay? I don't feel like working out a lot of times. I never think, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, it's workout time. You just don't feel like that a lot of times. You know what? You feel better after you do it, and it was worth it. Sometimes you don't feel better, but it was something you were supposed to do. That's something I never feel like doing. Something else I'm just going to tell you I don't ever feel like doing is making a large amount of booking calls. You guys, and I don't want you to think that if that makes you intimidated or makes you nervous that you're not good at this business. No, you just have to do it now. Do it now. Do it anyways, because that is the part of our business. If you ask a hairdresser, do you how many bookings do you have? And she's like, oh, I don't have anybody in my date book to cut hair right now. She's not in business. And if you don't have any bookings to meet with people, tell them about your product, whether it's a 15-minute drop by and show them something, or a glamour appointment, or a facial, you're not necessarily completely in business if you don't have people to be booked with. So that's one of the things I don't really feel like doing. And you guys, when I posted that on Wednesday, I posted that for accountability. Went to Starbucks, I did a 30-24, contacted 30 people in 24 hours. And that first one was like torture for me, to sit down and text her to ask her to do a party. And then I kept going, and I kept going, and it got a little easier. You know what? Then the next day I thought of somebody else, and I sent her a message right away. I didn't wait at all, because after you do some things, it's easier to keep going. One of the things that will overcome feelings and fear is activity. Activity begets more activity. Pastor Craig, my pastor, talks about that a lot of time, that when he, is like, oh, I'm going to start flossing my teeth again, then he gets activity and he feels more discipline in other areas. He's like, maybe I should eat better. Maybe I should work out. So activity begets activity. So do things like that even when you don't feel like it. Other things that I don't ever feel like doing is I don't feel like asking people for interviews after I facial them a lot of times. That still makes me a little uncomfortable sometimes, just to say, hey, I'd like to tell you more about what I do, because A lot of times I'm intimidated by people. I think they have really great jobs, or they're really good at what they do, or they have a passion in life. And I think I just don't know how, that they would ever consider Mary Kay. But you know what, guys, that I thought about this week? Here's some people talking about, it's if I make that choice for people and I don't give them an opportunity to tell them about Mary Kay and ask them to join me, then guess what? I'm being extremely selfish by making that decision for them and not giving them a chance. And so, yes, I may not feel like it, but I'm asking them anyways, because it's part of my habits. It's part of what I'm supposed to do. And I asked a bunch of people to come this week, and I'm excited to have a lot of guests at our interview night. So, something I do is when I haven't done that in the past, I make myself go back and I say, you know what? I have to be real with you. I was completely intimidated because I just think you're so sharp. And it would be really wrong of me not to share with you more about Mary Kay. Okay? So make yourself do that. Other things I don't feel like doing, you guys, is follow up. We are taught to follow up 2 + 2 + 2. So 2 days after somebody buys a product to see if they've opened it and tried it. You guys, you got to make sure they've opened it and they know how to use it. I've done that a lot lately with the new mascara. Okay, 2 weeks to see if they're liking it, because sometimes they're not. You need to switch things or help them figure it out, or I'm helping people figure out the brush still in the new mascara. And 2 months to see if they're out of it yet. And I do have someone in my office who makes me a list of when it's been that long for me to contact those people, but I had a giant list this week. I was so behind, and I thought, oh, I just don't want to go all the way through this list. I don't want to do it. And I didn't feel like it. But I sat down and I started calling and I started going one by one and texting and checking on them. You know what happened? I contacted a lot of people. Some were happy. Some were really unhappy with something, and 1 or 2 exchanged stuff. You know what? If I wouldn't have done my follow-up and they would have stayed unhappy, what is the likelihood of them reordering? It's not good at all. So I was so glad that I did that, Some of them bought more products. I had a really successful day going through my follow-up, selling more products. So they were like, you know what? I love this. I want some more stuff. So follow-ups is something I never feel like doing, but I have to do it anyways. Do it now, do it now. Be a part of the Din Din Club. Other things I don't feel like doing a lot of times is talking to my team members who haven't ordered in a while. And I want you guys to know that I do reach out to people who haven't ordered in a while, especially yours. But I think it's important that your team members hear from you. And if you are intimidated to talk to them because you feel like maybe Mary Kay didn't work for them, or they're not as successful as you were hoping them to be, you not talking to them does not help the situation. It makes them think that a lot of times you're not talking to them because they're not doing anything, so you only want to be friends with them if they're doing well at Mary Kay. And that's the last thing we want with people. We want to keep them as our friend, keep them in our circle. Hold people with an open hand, so maybe they would want to come back to us later. So this week I did that too. I reached out to a lot of people who haven't ordered in a long time, and I was scared. I thought, what if they're going to tell me that they hate this and don't ever want to do it again? What if they're going to tell me they're going to quit? Or, there were so many things going on in my head. You know what? Some of them did tell me that they're not coming back and they're not going to do it anymore. But you know what else happened? Because I kept that relationship open with them and said, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I want to take care of you the best way I can. Can I transition you to my customer base? They said, sure, I'd love to be your customer. I said, what about other people that have ordered from you? And they started texting me phone numbers of everyone who had ever ordered from them. And I got a ton of new leads. You guys, this business, I love having consultants, but just because it didn't work out for somebody doesn't mean we can't talk to them. Doesn't mean they can't be a great customer. Doesn't mean they can't host a great party for us. I have 2 former consultants, actually 3 former consultants. No, 4. Everybody who said yes to me for having a party out of my 30-24 is a former consultant who's going to have a party for me because they still want to help with my goals. It wasn't the fact that they don't want to see our unit succeed or they don't want to be a team player. They just want to be it in a different way as a customer. So that was something really positive that came out of that. But was it hard? Yeah, to hear people say they don't want to do it anymore. There's also people that I talk to and they're like, you know what, I do need to get on the new products and be excited about that and tell people. But you have to do that. I didn't feel like doing it. I had to do it now, do it now, do it anyways. Other things I would tell you guys I don't ever feel like doing is filling out my date book. sitting down and making like this giant game plan of when to work. That is not an exciting thing to do. And I know that there are different things that are exciting in this business, but we have to do the things that aren't exciting too, because we are the CEO and we need to fire ourselves. And no, not fire ourselves, just make ourselves do it if we don't want to do certain things. But you know what? After I fill it all out, then I'm more likely to use it. And things go better. My month has a plan. Other things I don't feel like doing is sitting down and making a goal poster to keep myself on track for stuff. I don't like that accountability staring me in the face. I'm not crazy about all these Post-it notes covering my mirror where I can't even see anymore. But it keeps me on track every morning. It helps me get out of bed. So I just want to share that with you guys today, because I think a lot of times so many of you say, well, I just didn't feel like it, and maybe tomorrow, maybe next month. And I just want to tell you there's no better time than today, because most of the time our feelings are not going to change until some activity happens. And so the things you've been putting off in your business, I want to encourage you to at least find one area. If it's follow up with your customers. If it's talking to old team members, talk to them. They want you to be friends again. They want to be normal, you know? If it's bookings, ask somebody for a booking. Ask somebody for an interview. Do something you've been putting off because you didn't feel like it. And I guarantee you, you're going to feel better about it. Because I felt pretty crummy at the beginning of this week when I had all these things I didn't want to do. Now in my date book, I've done a lot of them and crossed them off. I feel so much better. So that's why I would encourage you guys tonight. Because when Tanya said that this week, the Din Club, be a part of that. The Do It Now Club, I thought, that's the ticket. That's what we have to do to finish this big goal. So speaking of our big goal, we are still working on finishing the $650,000 unit club this year for the first time, being a Circle of Excellence unit. We are almost crossing the 400,000 mark. It's super exciting. I do believe that we are actually in the 7,000 away from that now. It was 8 something earlier today. So we are working on getting that done as soon as we can and growing our unit size to 175 this month and to 200 next month. And right now our current unit size is 119. And this week I did reach out and talk to some tea people who are terminated, and they are planning on ordering and coming back. So we have some of those coming this week, as well as some new team members. I actually didn't get to add any new sticky notes this week filled out, but you guys can see that there are a lot of empty ones. Because now we are shooting for a bigger number, 175. And there's some empty ones right in the middle. I think you can see them right there. And those are the ones that were I3 that left us last month. And so I just want to let you know that I'm really focused on this and I'm working on it. And I want to help you guys as we grow some of you into DIQs and team leaders and star team builders. And you know what? When we reach this goal, I am going to give away cash. And so this month we reach 175, I'm giving away $175. And next month we reach 200, I'm giving away $200. Sorry, y'all. I'm really struggling with this cough and drainage issue tonight, as you can probably tell. So I want to share that with you guys. I do want to close in prayer like I always do, and I want to ask you guys to remember a couple of things. Shannon texted me and said there's a high school student in Wagner that has been diagnosed with cancer, and it's not looking very good. And that's always hard to see somebody young struggling with cancer. So we want to remember to pray for that family. And then today I did spend some of our day going and loving on one of my very first team members, Heather Apple Bailey. And Heather was my first Red Jacket. We were in DIQ, and she's in Red Jacket still. And you guys, her grandma was diagnosed with cancer 9 days ago, and she passed away this morning or last night. They didn't even get a chance to get her to a specialist to find out more about her diagnosis. And so remember Heather and her family in your prayers, and just help them on this journey. And if there's any other prayer requests and things you guys want me to pray over this week, why don't you just go ahead and text them to me so I can be praying for you. So let's pray together. And I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing week this week. So let's pray. Dear Lord, I thank you for our Merit K family. I thank you for this time we get to come together and celebrate what is going on our Rockstar Rome rally. We ask you to be with those who are struggling tonight. Be with this young girl in Wagner that is battling cancer, and that you would just hold her and her family close to you and give the doctors guidance and direction. I ask also that you would be with our sweet Heather, who is just struggling so much tonight with this such a sudden loss. So strange. And I just ask you to be with her and I also want to pray tonight for my fellow Mary Kay sister, Linda. Linda is in somebody else's unit, and she's my post office lady, and her husband died in a car accident last week, just unexpectedly. And just there's some hurting Mary Kay sisters, and I want to lift them up to you tonight and ask that you would hold these people close to you. We thank you for what you have been doing for the growth that we are having in our unit. We thank you for how you are teaching us and growing us and molding us and shaping us, and sometimes even bending and breaking us the things that are hard that we need to work on. And I ask that you would give us those urgings, when we don't feel like doing something, that we would just have insane courage and do it anyways. Do it now, and overcome our feelings, and just trust in you for that you're leading us down the path we're supposed to be going, and that we would not hesitate, we would not look back, we would not question, but we would just follow those things we're supposed to be doing. I just thank you for what you have done and what you're going to continue to do. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Okay, guys, have an awesome night. Bye, y'all.